Hi, this is Challen with your FTW moment here on one of these for 2015, a rare rainy day in Silicon Valley or in California where we have a drought. Hey, so today's message is looking for things to do with your child. Now, in your activities, there's different things that you've done, and this is also a warning, like, what have you not been doing with your child that you should have been doing? Now, there may have been an activity, for example, like riding bicycles or something, where you really felt a connection between you and your son, or you and your daughter, you and your, whichever child you have, and you felt really good about that. You got to lock that into your head, father, dad, and you got to make sure that you do that again. Now, there may be a lot of reasons you may think of for some reason to justify not doing it or waiting to do it, but in my case, it was a little bit weird. My daughter hasn't figured out how to ride a bike yet, and I would have liked for all of us to be able to ride a bike. And so my son and I were able to go out and go ride, and we had a great time. I think he really enjoyed it. We get exercise. There's just a lot of great reasons to ride a bicycle. But I didn't want to do it and leave my daughter behind. But I mean, you got to make time for your son then. And that was my case, and then if that's in your case, you got to do the same. You got to do it. You got to do it more often than you think. As long as you're having a good time and making a connection, you've got to do these things to lock in your relationship. Because coming out with an activity that you enjoy can be a rare thing. I mean, it could seem like a rare thing that, kids caught up in the technology is like, well, what is it that he wants to do besides technology? Well, and then how do you build up your relationship besides playing games with them? Well, the computer games, well, bicycling or anything that was outdoors. I mean, you got to find time for that. And I hate to say it, that if you're making enough money right now, and maybe you're thinking about jumping on your business and taking away that time, I had to face that fact, and I had to realize that I don't want to lose this relationship. I don't want to. I'm not willing to make that sacrifice. It's not worth it enough to me. I love the idea of home business. It's always there for me, but that relationship with your child is not going to be replaced. Now, you're going to hear a lot of arguments one way or the other, and you got to make that judgment as a father. Is that so-called financial security more important in the future, or is your relationship with your child who's in a very formative age more important? You make that decision. I had to make a decision, and I realized that I didn't follow up. That I felt a little guilty, but I don't feel guilty. We started doing that bike riding again, and regain that feeling out, and that's really important. That relationship, when it comes time for your son to come to you or your daughter to come to you for help, that relationship is going to be there to add that security for your kid to come talk to you. So this is Challen with your FTW moment, and I'll see ya on the next video.